The objective of this video is that by the end of the lesson, the students will be able to add and subtract fractions and express their knowledge using a problem set. This is derived from the TEKS 5.3K, which is add and subtract positive rational numbers fluently. Okay class, so today we're going to be going over adding and subtracting fractions. So the first thing you guys need to know is when you have a fraction, the top number is referred to as the numerator and the bottom is referred to as the denominator. So I'm going to go over some examples of adding, subtracting fraction, and then at the end I'm going to give you guys an assignment. So first we're going to go over some examples of adding fractions. So if we have the fractions 2/3 plus 1/3, the first thing that you have to do is check if the denominators are the same. If the denominators are the same, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep that denominator in your answer and you're gonna add the two top numbers. So then 2 plus 1 equals 3. Okay, so now I'm gonna do an example when the denominator is not the same. So if you have a problem that is like 2/4 plus 2/3, as you can see, the denominators on both of these fractions is different. So what you have to do is you have to find a common denominator. The way you do that is by finding the least common multiple of these two numbers. So you need to find a number that both of these can be multiplied to get to. So in this case, the number would be 12. So you know your denominator is going to be 12. So how do you get from 4 to 12? You do that by multiplying by 3. Whatever you do to the bottom, you need to make sure that you do to the top. And how do you get from 3 to 12? You multiply by 4. And whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So this denominator is going to change to 12. And at the top now, you're going to have this number will change to 6. This number is going to change to 8. So 6 plus 8 equals 14. So your answer will be 14/12. Okay, so now I'm going to do some examples with subtracting fractions. So the subtracting fractions is the same way. So we can do something like 2/5 minus 1/5. So again, the first thing we do is look at the denominators. In this case, the denominators are the same, so you can just go ahead and subtract the top numbers. So we're going to keep the same denominator and subtract the numbers on the top. 2 minus 1 is 1, so then your answer will be 1/5. So now let's do an example when the denominators are different. Say we have 1/2 minus 1/3. As you can see, these denominators are different. So like I said earlier, we have to find a least common multiple. In this occasion, that number would be 6. So how do we get from 2 to 6? That would be 2 times 3. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. How do you get from 3 to 6? You do times 2. So the denominator is going to be 6. When you do 1 times 3, that gives you 3. And 1 times 2 gives you 2. So you do 3 minus 2. You keep the denominator. And 3 minus 2 gives you 1, so your answer is 1/6. So now you guys are going to go over these problems, answer them, and if you have any questions, let me know.